Get ready to chant mantra Om 7 times. Make your sankalpa and chanting mantra Om, creating a protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. I'm creating 3 layers of protection. On the outermost layer, I have 6 friendly creatures, an elephant behind me, a peacock in front, a tiger on the right side, a lion on the left side, an eagle above my head, and a black tortoise below me. These 6 creatures protect me from 6 different directions against all external influences. Inside that, I have a big ring with balls of fire. I'm lighting all the balls, allowing a firewall to go up all around me, creating a protective sheet around me. The 3rd layer of protection comes from the subtle energy of mantra Om. You will visualize the color, the energy of the color that I mentioned coming up through your Sushumna Nadi inside your spinal cord, piercing out from the center of your head and falling all around you like a fountain, creating a protective energy shield around you. Keep this visualization going, and in that, take your attention to your perineum, between the anus and the genitals for men, at the cervix for ladies. Visualize a 4-petal lotus, red color. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Swadisthana Chakra at the spinal terminus coccyx bone, 6-petal lotus, orange color. Increase your pitch. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Manipura Chakra behind your navel, 10-petal lotus, yellow color. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Anahata Chakra behind your heart center, 12-petal lotus, green color. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Vishuddhi Chakra behind your throat pit, 16-petal lotus, blue color. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Ajna Chakra behind your eyebrow center, 2-petal lotus, indigo color. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Sahasrara Chakra, center of the top of your head, 1000 petal lotus, white color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Just by way of explanation, why do we say increase the pitch further for each level? It flows from the concepts of Nada Yoga and music. We have Saptaswaras, Sari, Gama, Pada, Nisa. And those of you who have some exposure to music will know that the Tanpura has got 3 chords. It plays 3 sounds, Sa, Pa and Appar Sa. These are called fixed Swadisthana, and you keep increasing your pitch as you go up from the lower Sa to the upper Sa in your scale, which is called Arohan. So we are actually practicing Arohan when we increase our pitch as we go from Mooladhara Chakra to the Sahasrara Chakra. That's the logic and the fundamental behind the concept of increasing our pitch. Shanti mantras. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamadidamastu Ma Viddhishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Keep your hands in Linga Mudra. Interlace all your fingers. Left hand thumb is standing erect. Right hand thumb and index finger will rotate around the left hand thumb. Keep your hand near your chest. Follow me in making your sankalpa. I am chanting Mahamrityunjaya mantra for physical health and mental well-being. Chanting the mantra every day helps me maintain the best of health mentally and physically. All my brain cells and my body cells are operating optimally and in harmony with each other. I can feel your grace, my Lord, penetrating deep into my body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, keeping me in pristine health at all times. I bow down before you, thanking you from the bottom of my heart for keeping me in pristine health. And I promise to put in efforts from my side for keeping this body in a healthy condition, befitting for you to reside inside my body in your effulgent form. Now pay attention to the way you are holding your fingers. Be aware as to whether you are needlessly tightening the fingers. If then, relax them. Pay attention to your facial muscles and your eyes. Are you pressing the eyes unnecessarily tight? In which case, release them and let them relax. Let the facial muscles relax. Pay attention to all these which you may inadvertently tighten and contract. If you know the mantra, chant along. Otherwise, just be in the vibrations of the sound energy. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Very slowly and gently release your hands, keep them on your knees, and keep your body absolutely steady. In the steadiness of that body, experience the steadiness of your mind and ask yourself a question: where is my next thought coming from? As you focus on that question, there is a momentary blankness. Focus your attention on that blankness. That is when you connect with the cosmic energy. Repeat 3-4 times on your own. Feel grounded to Mother Earth. Be confident that she will always provide you for all your necessities in life. Feel the unique energy coming in from Mother Earth, penetrating your body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, giving you a unique sense of confidence to face up to all external circumstances, be they pleasant or unpleasant. Now very slowly release your legs, lie down on your back for a quick body scan. If you need to keep your pillows right now, you can keep it. Otherwise, as soon as the body scan is over and before we start, you will keep a pillow under your head and a pillow under your knees. If you don't have a pillow to keep under your knees, then you will bend your legs, feet flat on the ground, knees facing the ceiling when we start the practice. Right now for body scan, lie on your back, stretch your legs, arms by the side of the body. Stretch your legs, legs straight. Yeah. Now pay attention to various parts of the body. You will later on try and compare them. So the first, attention at your ease. How are they resting on the ground? What is the pressure between them and the ground? And what is the position of the feet? Are they lying flushed along the ground with one side of the feet touching the ground? Or are they tilted up? If they are tilted up, are they straight? Are they tilted at an angle? Just pay attention. Later you will compare as to how the feet stands in the end. Then pay attention to your calf muscles. How are they touching the ground? How much of it is touching the ground? Where exactly it is not touching, pay attention. And also experience if there is any difference between the right side and the left side. Then back of your knees, are they touching the ground or are they raised from the ground? If they are raised from the ground, can you gauge what is the gap between the ground and the back of the knees? Then thighs, buttocks. If there is a difference in the heels on the right side, left side, on the calf muscles and thighs, then pay attention to your buttocks. Is there the same difference on the same side in the way it presses against the ground? Now pay attention to spinal cord. Is the coccyx and the tailbone raised from the ground or are they touching the ground? What about the 5 lumbar vertebrae? Are they touching the ground or are they raised? If so, which ones are raised? Are all of them raised? Or some of them raised? How is it? Pay as close attention as you can. Now 12 thoracic vertebrae, go one by one. See if it is touching the ground or raised from the ground. Can you feel the connection between the vertebrae and the ground? Now shoulder muscles, are the shoulders flushed along the ground or are they raised from the ground? Then both the hands, arm, elbow, forehand, wrist and fingers, the whole hand. How is it resting on the ground? Do you feel they are relaxed? Do you feel any contraction anywhere? Now visualize the gap between the back of the neck and the ground. There will be a gap. So try and gauge how big the gap is. If you were to roll a towel, how big the towel will be rolled to close that gap between the ground and the back of the neck. Make a mental visualization. You can later actually test it out and see whether your mental visualization and the actual reality matched with each other or no. Then the back of the head resting on the ground. What is the pressure between it and the ground? One last scan on all the points before we start the practice. Make a mental note of what you observe so that you can compare. Now make sure you have a pillow under your head and you have a pillow under your knees. Now please follow instructions. Before you start the practice, we will be working jointly with the shoulder and your neck. Now, most important thing is to take care of your neck. When you lift the neck, there will be some strain on the neck if you lift it beyond what is required. Those who have neck problem will either not raise the neck from the ground or raise it very little. Even others will raise it only a little bit and then allow it to come back. Coming back slowly is the most important thing that you must focus your attention on. All the movements will follow the same pattern, so just observe one movement and the rest you can follow with instructions. So as you are lying down, we will start our practice from the right side. So you will turn your head to the right side, you will slightly tuck your chin, and then you will lift your shoulder, lift your head up a little bit, and then you will let the head come back, and then let the shoulder come back. Once again, you will turn the head to the right side, tuck the chin a little closer to the shoulder, and then as per instructions, you will lift the shoulder, allow the head to come up a little from the pillow, then allow the head to go back, allow the shoulder to go back. If even this much of lifting the head creates any tension on your neck, immediately go back, let the neck immediately rest back on the pillow and stop raising your head. Take care of yourself, go according to your own indication of what the body tells you. Don't try to overdo and get into a sprained neck, then we'll have to work extra to get that back to normal. So be extremely cautious. We will start the same way that we did. Let your right hand roll all the way close to the body and then roll all the way back away from the body. Roll the right hand all the way close to the body. Roll the right hand all the way away from the body. 3 times. Repeat rolling in, rolling back on your own.
Amish, can you just show it again once, please?
Yeah. You're keeping the hand away from the body. You start rolling it close to the body, and then you start rolling it away from the body in this way. And the head neck position, you turn the head, tuck the chin, and then lift the shoulder and the head, and then come back. Now, once you have finished rolling your hand 3 times, take the hand close to the body. The palm is facing the floor, and your hand is almost touching the right side of the body. That is, thumb will touch somewhere on your thighs. Your thumb will be touching your thighs. Palms are facing the floor. In this position, very gently turn your head to the right side. Slightly tuck your chin to the shoulder. And first move will be to the opposite hip joint. So very slowly lift your shoulder, pointing it in the direction of the opposite hip joint, and allow the head to come up a little bit from the pillow. Then let the head go back, let the shoulder go back very slowly. Second round, very slowly, let the shoulder, initiate the movement from the shoulder, let the shoulder come up, pointing in the direction of the opposite hip joint, and allow the head to come up a little from the pillow. Then let the head go back, let the shoulder come back very slowly back to its original position. Relax and then do the third movement, repeating the same thing. Shoulder pointed towards your opposite hip joint. Head comes up a little from the ground. Then the head goes back. The shoulder goes back. Very slowly, very slowly. That is more important. Now relax a little bit, and then we will initiate the second movement. Second movement will be pointing your shoulder towards the opposite rib cage. So if you want, you can keep a finger pointing there to guide you in the direction. Your right shoulder will be pointing in the direction of the opposite rib cage. So get ready, breathing in very slowly, initiate the movement from the right shoulder, let it come up from the ground, pointing in the direction of the opposite rib cage. Allow your head to come up a little bit from the ground, then allow your head to go back, and then let the shoulder come back to its resting position. Second move, very slowly in the same direction, following the same instructions. Breathing in, initiate the movement from the shoulder, pointing in the direction of the opposite rib cage. Head comes up a little from the ground, then head goes back, shoulder goes back, very slowly. Third round on your own, very slowly. Then rest yourself a little bit. Once you're back, allow the body to take some rest. Once you've rested, once again turn the head to the right side, tuck the chin closer to the shoulder. Now your shoulder will be pointing towards the ceiling, straight up, and the head will also come up. So get ready. Initiate the movement from the shoulder, pointing in the direction of the ceiling. Allow your head to come up a little bit from the ground. Then let the head go back to its position. Allow your shoulder to come back to its resting position. Second move, very slowly allow your right shoulder to come up, pointing in the direction of the ceiling. Then lift your head up a little bit from the floor, from the pillow. Allow your head to go back, and then allow your shoulder to come back to resting position very slowly. Very slowly is more important. Only then the brain registers the movement. Only then you start getting benefit from somatic practices. Last move. Turn your head to the right side, tuck your chin in, lift your shoulder up, pointing in the direction of the ceiling. Allow your head to come back very slowly. Allow your shoulder to come back slowly. And then let the head come back to normal position in the center and relax. Now you'll move your hand 2 inches away from the body. The palms will be facing the body on the right side. Your little finger is aligned along the ground. Your thumb is on the side facing the ceiling, but the thumb will be resting on the index finger. In this position, we will once again direct the shoulder and the head in 3 directions. So first we start with the somatic center between the navel and the pelvic region. So very slowly turn your head to your right side, tuck your chin into the shoulder, and very slowly let your right shoulder come up, pointing in the direction of your somatic center. Very slowly allow it to come back and rest on the ground. Second round, allow your right shoulder to come up, pointing towards the somatic center. Lift your head up a little bit from the ground. Then let your head go back. Then let the shoulder come back to its resting position. Last round, let your shoulder come up, pointing in the direction of your somatic center, and then let the head come up. Allow your head to go down, and then allow your shoulder to come back very slowly to resting position. Then take some rest. Now the second movement will be pointing your right shoulder towards your left shoulder, opposite shoulder. The direction of pointing is towards your opposite shoulder. So very slowly turn your head to the right side, tuck your chin in, and then very slowly lift your right shoulder, pointing it in the direction of the opposite shoulder. Let your head come up a little bit from the ground or from the pillow. Allow it to go back to the pillow. Allow your shoulder to go back to the resting position very slowly. Second round, right shoulder lifting up, pointing towards opposite shoulder. Head comes up a little from the pillow, the head goes back, then the shoulder goes back. Third and last round, right shoulder comes up, pointing towards the left shoulder. Your head comes up a little from the pillow. Breathing out, let your head go back to the pillow and let your shoulder come back to resting position. Please remember breathing in when coming up, breathing out while coming back. Even if I don't mention it in each instruction, please remember and follow this. Relax a little bit. Now the third of these movements will be in the direction of the opposite hip joint. So very slowly, get ready. Slowly turn your head to your right side. Tuck your chin in a little bit towards the shoulder. Then allow your right shoulder to come up, pointing towards the opposite hip joint. Let your head come up a little from the pillow. Breathing out, allow your head to go back to pillow. Allow your shoulder to come down very slowly back to resting position. Second round, breathing in, right shoulder up in the direction of opposite hip joint, head up, breathing out, head down, shoulder down, back to resting position. Last round on your own, breathing in, start the movement, breathing out, reverse the movement, and then rest. Now move your right hand further away from 2 inches away from the body, and then let your palms face the sky. Back of the hand is resting along the ground, palm facing the sky. If the body is adequately rested, then once again slowly turn the head to the right side, tuck your chin in closer to the shoulder. In the first move, let your shoulder be pointed towards the ceiling. So breathing in, initiate movement from your shoulder, pointing in the direction of the ceiling. Allow your head to come up. Breathing out, allow your head to go down, back to pillow. Let your shoulder come back to resting position. Second round. Very slowly breathing in, right shoulder up, pointing towards the ceiling, head up, breathing out, head down, and then your shoulder back to resting position. Third round, on your own, and then rest. Take some rest before we initiate the second variant. Now, get ready for the second move. So turn your head slowly to the right side, tuck your chin in. And this time, you will point your shoulder towards the opposite rib cage. So very slowly breathing in, lift your shoulder, pointing in the direction of opposite rib cage, head up. Very slowly, let your head go back to resting position. Then the shoulder goes back to resting position. Second move, breathing in, shoulder comes up, pointing in the direction of opposite rib cage, head comes up a little bit, then very slowly head goes back, then the shoulder goes back to resting position. Last round, very slowly breathing in, shoulder up, direction opposite rib cage, head up. Your head goes back to resting position, then your shoulder goes back to resting position, breathing out. Now the last move is toward the somatic center. So very slowly, first round, lift your shoulder up, pointing towards your somatic center, then head up. Then very slowly, allow your head to go back to rest, then the shoulder goes back to rest, both slowly. Second round, very slowly breathing in, lift your right shoulder up, direction, somatic center, head up, then head back to resting, shoulder back to resting, breathing out. Last move, very slowly, shoulder up, direction somatic center, head up, head back to resting, shoulder back to resting, breathing out. Now we will do lock-in. So the right hand will roll all the way close to the body, then it will roll all the way away from the body, and it will come back to the position where it was before you started. Very good. Relax your hands, and now pay attention to your body. Can you make any difference, make out any difference between the right side of your body and the left side of your body? How is the right side of the body resting along the ground? Do you feel the right side is flushed more along the ground as compared to the left? What are the changes you can experience on the right side from the time you started and now? Make a mental assessment of the changes you can notice. I will repeat all this on the left side. So get ready for the left side. First, roll your left hand in close to the body and then away from the body 3 times. And once you have done it 3 times, then bring the hand close to the body, palms facing the floor, thumb touching the left side of the body. wait for another minute before everybody is ready. Now, very slowly turn your head to your left side. Tuck your chin towards your left shoulder. Now, first move is towards the opposite hip joint. So very slowly allow your shoulder to come up, pointing in the direction of opposite hip joint. Head comes up a little bit from the pillow. Head goes back, shoulder goes back very slowly. Let them come down very slowly. Let them come down very slowly. Second round, shoulder comes up, point of direction opposite hip joint, head comes up, head goes back to resting, shoulder goes back to resting. Third round, shoulder up, direction opposite hip joint, head comes up, breathing out, head goes back slowly, shoulder goes back slowly. Now relax a little bit. Make sure your palm is facing the floor, the thumb is touching the left side of the body. Now the second move is towards the opposite rib cage. So breathing in, shoulder comes up, left shoulder comes up, pointing towards the right rib cage. Head comes up. Then breathing out, head goes back, shoulder goes back. Remember, head has to be turned to the left side, chin tucked in. Come up slowly, go down slowly. Second round, shoulder, head turned to the left side, chin tucked in. Shoulder comes up, direction opposite rib cage, head comes up. Very slowly allow the head to go back, allow the shoulder to go back to their resting position. Last round, on your own, very slowly, come back slowly, come back slowly, come back slowly. Relax. Now the third move, shoulder towards the ceiling. So take some rest before we start. When you're resting, head is in normal central position. Only when you start, you will turn the head to the left. Now turn the head to the left side, chin tucked in. Let the shoulder come up, pointing towards the ceiling. Head comes up from the pillow, little bit. Then breathing out, head goes back and your shoulder goes back to resting position. Second round, turn the head to the left side, chin tucked in, very good. Very slowly, shoulder comes up, pointing towards ceiling, head comes up. Then very slowly, head goes back, shoulder goes back. Wonderful. Last round, very slowly turn the head to the left side. Very slowly, let your shoulder go up towards the ceiling. Then the head comes up. Then head goes back, shoulder goes back, then you rest. Relax. Now we'll move your hand away 2 inches. Move your hand away 2 inches. Little finger along the ground, palms facing your left side of the body. Now in this position, very slowly turn your head to the left side, chin tucked in towards the shoulder. The first move is towards the somatic center. So very slowly allow your left shoulder to come up, breathing in, pointing towards the somatic center. Then the head comes up a little bit from the pillow. Breathing out, allow the head to go back to resting. Then allow your shoulder to go back to resting. Very slowly. All of you have learned the art very well. All of you are taking the shoulder back slowly, which is wonderful. Second round, somatic center. Breathing in, let the shoulder come up. Direction, somatic center. Head comes up. Then let the head go back to resting. Shoulder goes back to resting. Third round, make sure your hand is 2 inches away. The palms are facing the body. Little finger is aligned along the ground. The thumb is towards the ceiling along your index finger. Now turn your head to the left side. Lift your shoulder up, pointing toward the somatic center. Last round. Head comes up a little bit, all breathing in. Breathing out very slowly, head goes back to resting. Then shoulder goes back to resting. Relax a little bit. Now the second movement will be towards the opposite. So turn your head to the left side, tuck your chin in towards the left shoulder. Very slowly breathing in, your left shoulder comes up, pointing in the direction of the right shoulder. Head comes up a little from the pillow. Breathing out, head goes back, then the shoulder goes back. Second round, very slowly breathing in, keeping the head turned to the left side, chin tucked in, shoulder comes up, direction opposite shoulder, head comes up, breathing out, head restored back to resting, shoulder restored back to resting. Third round, on your own, very slowly. Third round, on your own, very slowly. Now relax a little bit. The next move direction is toward the ceiling. So very slowly, breathing in, allow left shoulder to come up in the direction of ceiling. And then breathing out, Allow it to come back to resting position. Second round. Very slowly turn your head to the left side, chin tucked in. Very slowly breathing in, shoulder comes up, direction ceiling, head comes up, breathing out, head goes back to resting, shoulder goes back to resting. Third round, head turn to left side, chin tucked in, breathing in, head shoulder up, point of direction, ceiling, head down, shoulder down, breathing out very slowly. Now move your hand 2 inches further away from the body, palms facing the ceiling, and then relax the body. Now slowly start getting ready. Head turn to left side, chin tucked in. First movement direction is towards the opposite hip joint. Breathing in, shoulder comes up, direction opposite hip joint. Head comes up, breathing out. Head goes back to resting, shoulder goes back to resting very slowly. Second round, head turn to left side, chin tucked in. Very slowly, breathing in, shoulder comes up, then head comes up. Very slowly, breathing out, head goes back to resting, shoulder goes back to resting. Third round, shoulder coming up, breathing in, direction opposite hip joint, breathing out, head goes back, shoulder goes back. Relax. The second move, direction is somatic center. So start first round, breathing in, shoulder direction, somatic center, head comes up. Breathing out very slowly, head back to resting, shoulder back to resting. Second round, on your own, breathing in, shoulders, somatic center, head up, breathing out, head down, shoulder down, back to resting position. Third round, head turn to left side, chin tucked in, shoulder up, breathing in, direction somatic center, head up a little from the ground, breathing out, head back, shoulder back to resting, and then relax. Now we'll do lock-in. So roll your hand all the way close to the body, and then roll your hand all the way back from the body, and then bring it back to the position where it was before. Now very slowly turn your body to one side. Now, first of all, before you get up, please experience the body once again. How is it now on the left side? Are both sides more balanced? Can you experience any kind of increased relaxation on your back? And then turn to one side, keep the hand pressing on the floor, bring your knees forward, and then slowly raise your head up. Head should come up last. Sit in a meditative position. You can send us feedbacks on the group as to how you felt. If there is any inconvenience experience, please let me know that also. Be in a meditative position. Get ready to chant Om 3 times. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting Om, creating a protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. Take a deep breath for Om mantra. Shanti mantras. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Om Triyambakam yajamage sugandhim pushtivardhanam. Urvarkamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshi yamavritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Arigi Om. Rub your hands nicely. And then when they are warm, keep them on your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing in from the palm into the eyes. And very slowly release your palms. Hari Om Tat Sat. So our class ends here. There was a request from 3 of you to help you with